I remember when I started photography, my dream job was to work with National Geographic, travelling the world. I think I like the glamorous side of it, travelling the world, taking pictures. So I chose to do the BA Honours Photography. The university I went to offered 2 courses of photography. One was commercial, one was the BA Honours. Commercial wasn't really for me because it was more about selling a product, making everything perfect in the studio, whereas from my national diploma I found that my practice was a lot more experimental. I like to play around with the camera, play around with what I could do, play around with the stories I could tell, and the BA Honours course kind of gives you that freedom to experiment and pursue more of a fine art path. One of the most enjoyable things about the course was the fact that although you start with briefs, eventually in like the 2nd and 3rd years you're kind of left to do what you want. Especially in the 3rd year you have a big major project where it's completely down to you what you want to do. So over the first 2 years you kind of find yourself, find what your practice is about, and then in the 3rd year you just focus on making work that has a meaning to you, or it just you enjoy making, and I quite enjoyed that. It kind of gives you that freedom, and like I said before, I think it helps you mature in a way. I think the step up from school to university is a big step. I think everyone always says it, but it is a big step. The workload is a big change, especially from like the A-level level to, I think there's a big step between GCSE to A-level and then A-level to university. There's just lots of hours that need to go into it, and I think, well, obviously you meet loads of other, especially at an art uni, you meet a lot of other creative people. It's nice to be in that environment with other creative people because you might get stuck. You can talk about your idea to someone else and then they can give you a whole new perspective on it, and it gives you more ideas about pursuing your own work, and you kind of bounce ideas off each other, and it's a really nice creative environment to be working in. I think the course prepares you for the real world in the sense that you have these briefs that you're given by the university, by your course, to work towards. Whereas in the real world, you go to a client, or a client comes to you and they say, I want this, 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 and then so you do that in the same way you would respond to a brief. And it gives you that, I think it gives you practice in that time scale where someone wants something by this date, and so you do it, you get it done by that date. I think that's one of the ways it prepares you, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know whether I wanted to go to university or not up until about 6 months before I came, really. So I went to college, did my A-levels, and then after that
I was studying my AS levels. I found that the teachers and the lecturers were giving us quite a lot of information, but actually when you come to university they give you much less information.
You get a lot more freedom in your choices of what you're studying and what you choose to write, say, your essays about.